Mike Jones here with Ken's. We have a brand new show and you are gonna love it. Already in June, we got audio, video, churches, cameras, sound systems, boats, you name it, it's in here. Plus Middle Georgia's only in-store service. Let's get inside and check it all out.
Middle Georgia's #1 sight and sound source. Go to Ken's.
All right, Macon in our Warner Robins location, once a month I will do our 12-volt, like car, boat, ATV, side-by-sides, world of specials that we have going. Here's the beauty, as you can see in this display, it's really filled up. Inventory is back in place, and I'm super, super glad. Now, if you're old school, like this guy, Alpine AM FM CD with thumb drive, Bluetooth. It is detachable face, has a 200 watt amp, and it's $250. It's super, super nice for $250. If you decide, hey, I like this and I want to add XM, it's about like $119 to add XM. So this is super nice. Now, if you say I don't need a CD, or I don't know what a CD is, you can buy it without a CD for just $199. So $50 less, same features, Bluetooth and detachable face and all the stuff. Touch screens are going to be anywhere all the way from $300 and up, depending on what you do. One of my favorite inexpensive touchscreens is the DS18. This is AM, FM, CD. This cord can be wherever you want, so you can plug your phone in. It does have Bluetooth, and it has a backup camera input. So backup cameras, $200 to $300. We mostly do the $300 because they're high resolution, wide angle, all the cool stuff with that. But this is $349, and with the backup camera, it'd be $649. But when you come in, you can piecemeal that and do it at separate times. But the idea, I'm sure you've seen a cutaway of the backup camera. That's a good thing. When I'm in a car that doesn't have it, it kind of freaks me out, even though you do have two mirrors plus the one in the mirror. But that when you back, I just like seeing the screen to know how close I am to stuff. So that's DS18 for $349. Alpine $499, the 650 series. This is absolutely spot on, one of the best CarPlay radios on the market. Now this is AM, FM, CarPlay, Android Auto, backup camera input, and you can add satellite radio. The floating screens have become the nut. People love the floating screens, anywhere from 8, 9, 10 to 11 inch. Alpine's 11 is in stock. This is $14.99, and if you go, wow, that's a ton of money. It's the nicest radio on the planet at this point. Pioneer battles them with their new one. Wireless CarPlay is super nice. You don't have to plug the phone in for everything to come up and show all the features of your phone. So it's nice to have my maps, and I'm sure you're seeing this now. It's nice because it's simple for me to use. So whatever I do, I've got this built in. Here it is. This is just like looking at my phone, right? So if I want to go to my maps, then my maps will come up. If I want to go back to my Spotify will come up. It's just really super, super easy to use. Now, once we're connected to that, again, 200 watt amp, or you can add an amp. So you say I want an amp on bass or an amp on subs. Even stuff like this new 4-channel from DS18, that's 4 channels, huge power, crossover network built in, $250. So now it's powered by mids and highs. I can do bass amps anywhere from $200 all the way to whatever you can stomach. In the world of mids and highs, I'm gonna give you a little demo here shortly. I'm gonna turn this sub off. These new DS18 called Extra Loud, these EXL, they are only $200 for a pair. Let me give you a little demo here of how these things sound. This is absolutely nutty. For the money, the clarity spot on. That's $200. Right. $150. And I can give it you so you can get an idea. I mean, it's amazing. So this is $200. Anywhere from $150 to $179, depending on what model. New Robert Fozzie 629 is $150. Audio frogs are $400. Sony ES. So in other words, I've got you covered regardless if you're $100 to $400 for the pair. It's $200 for a pair. F-150, Dodge Ram, some Chevrolet products. These fit in the factory location without having to modify the vehicle. Shut that back down for a second. So the idea behind it when you come in is we connect to your phone or whatever you want to play, and we listen to this your way. You may choose, hey, I want to go ahead and do a 10-inch sub. I want to go ahead and do a bass amplifier, bass knob. I want to do a custom box. I'm sure you've seen a cutaway of some of our custom enclosures right now, which in a minute I'm going to throw you over to an F-150 we just did, which is customized to the absolute max, one of the best sounding systems that I've ever heard. This right is important. Free installation. Free installation on stuff that fits in your vehicle, right? Not the custom boxes and fiberglass and all that stuff. But something, we don't charge for installation. If you need an amp kit, we're fair on the pricing always. But the idea behind that is we're full service. So you buy it here, get it installed here, and if there's ever anything weird or something that has to be serviced, it gets serviced here, whether you're Macon or in Warner Robins. So car audio deals are on fire. Macon and Warner Robins, this is what we do. All right, in the world of HD TV, we do it, anywhere from 32 inch all the way up to 86 inch, and now the new Samsung 100 inch and the new Sony 100 inch, yes, I said 100 inch, are available. I've been trying my best to get my hands on them, anywhere from about 15,000 to about 20,000. If you're going, oh my gosh, well, yeah, last year it was 30,000. Gives you some idea. Now, in the world of the rest of the stuff that we all can actually buy and actually afford, then the 85 inches have become absolute smoking deals. Anywhere from 1,500 all the way to about 3,500, depending on features that you buy, refresh rates, and all these cool features. All of them are smart TVs. I'm sure you've seen a cutaway of it right now, which means I've got my Netflix and my Hulu and all the cool stuff that comes with it. The misconception about TVs is if you don't have internet, you don't have smart TV. So I want to make that clear. If you have internet in your house, like Wi-Fi, then this will absolutely do all your smart features. If not, if you've got DirecTV or Cox Cable or Dish Network, it'll plug right in and do exactly what you're seeing right now. This is literally off of DirecTV. So when you come in, we can figure out if an 85 fits your bill. These are about, again, left to right measurements, about 76 inches if you're trying to figure out if it will fit on your wall. We carry all the wall mounts. I'm sure you've seen a cutaway right now of mantle mounts and articulating arms and tilt mounts. All that stuff is in stock anywhere from about $100 all the way about $600 depending on which mount. Now, if you're just saying, hogwash, I don't want to get into all that, here is my phone number. You can call me and I will come out and we will pick it for you. So many of our clients say, hey, look, if you'll just come pick it, that way I know what to do and I know what cables you need and all the products you need. Sometimes folks want full-blown surround sound. Sometimes I'm sure you've seen a cutaway of just a sound bar. The idea is we can pick the TV very easily. Now, pricing is very, very important. So they, meaning the rest of the world, the .com world, we're the same price as they. So if you go to Sony.com and all those guys, Samsung and all those guys, we're the same price as them, but we service on-site or in-store. Now, the blessing of that is, since 1978 is everything we carry, we will absolutely service, which means if you have an issue, we can handle the problem. Now, if you have a customer care plan, we have a gold plan and a platinum plan that will go 2, 3, 4, or even 5 years. It even covers lightning with no deductible. So when you come in, you'll see Sony and Samsung and LG in our stores, anywhere from 32 all the way up to these are my favorites, round to the 85s, and they've gotten so affordable, it's hard not to do it. Now, one more last thing, I have a lot of you folks that are real nitpicky in the gaming world, okay? That's where sometimes the OLEDs will come in, or what they call the 95Ks, which is Sony's kind of higher end gaming TVs. I have those TVs in stock, so you can come out and pick and make sure that your refresh rates and all that's in there. If you're not a gamer, you think I'm crazy. But if you're a sports guru guy, that all matters to you in that world too. So when you come in, talk to the Brainiacs in the Macon and the Wonderama store. They'll help you pick exactly what you want, and if we need to, we'll come out and pick it for you. This is what we do. All right, Q10 in Locust Grove, Georgia, we do all of their sound and all of their cameras, and this is their largest store. So as you see, there's a lot of room that needs to be seen and make sure that she can keep up. When you have 7, 8, 10 of these things throughout the state of Georgia, then you have to have an app, which I'm going to show you that in a minute, that allows you to watch all of your stores because you can't be everywhere all the time, right? So from here, I need to go see my doors. I need to be see the money, the investment, and you see how we do these cameras. They cross each other because they need to see a hallway for the obvious down this way. That's for safety. We need to see our counter. This is from a liability standpoint and from money. It's coming this way. We have a cross one this way as well. We're going to see the views in a minute. The idea is I need to see this hallway, right? And then I need to see this front end, and they kind of cross one another to make sure you don't have any gap. Coming down this way, the idea is when you come down this way, that camera there will see roughly, it'll go about 50 feet. When you get to being 70 feet, we have another camera that kind of equals up these distances. So camera, and again, you're coming down the hallway here. So the idea is who goes in and out any of these doors we see, but we maintain privacy. That's the reason they're at the levels they are, is there's no ceilings on these rooms, so that way we keep all of our privacy. Keep coming this way. This is a short hallway, but of course, if anything bad's going to happen, it's going to happen in the very back, right, where there's no people. So we have cameras crossing this area, again, seeing all my doorways. This is all again about safety and security and keeping privacy. Then when you come here, this is the other camera, number 8, that goes all the way to the end there. As you can see our van outside. The idea is you can see all the way around the loop, right, and then everything everything is seen from up there or on her app. Coming here. Now this is obviously a storage closet. It's also an IT room. Everything nice and neat up top there. That keeps everything out of the way, so when they come in here and getting washing fluids and all that stuff, it doesn't have to worry about getting wet. Here is my grid. So the idea is this right here goes through this right here, and that allows me to have a battery backup. The idea behind a battery backup is the average power outage is about 52 seconds, is what they say. The battery backup gives supply to that where the recorder doesn't stop recording, number one. Number two, the recorder records 24/7, and you can get a 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, 4 terabyte, whatever you want. This grid is recording regardless of what you're zoomed in on. Look at this view. Door, door, money, people, 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 people. Everything you need to see in the front. Now, the idea behind us, let me kind of get this moved around. It allows me to see the other side. So if whoever comes in what door, I now can see this door as well. Again, this is all about keeping privacy, but you have to have safety because the world gets crazy at times. Here's another hallway. I can see both hallways and to my lotions. And do you see what I'm saying? Everything is about keeping the symmetry of seeing these hallways so you know what's going on with your investment at all times. Check this out. I mean, this is phenomenal. Again, all the doors are closed. Everything's still private. It's nice to keep up with your clients and to keep up with your employees. Now, this night, just because we can add another one to the grid if we choose to. The idea behind this is now you're going to see a cutaway of it on my phone. The idea of that is now she can actually zoom in. I'm sure you're seeing this while I'm talking about it. She can even back up. She can rewind, fast forward, anything that she wants to do. She has the option of being able to watch all of her tanning bed locations, and they're all recording 24 hours, 7 days a week. Now, here's the blessing of our being. Here's my phone number that comes up. How I met her is I did one store for her in Macon, and then she said, "You guys are simple. You guys show up. You guys do it right. The price is fair." I mean, and I'm not saying that as a bragging thing. She just had been other places and said, "I really like the way you guys roll," if it makes sense to say that way. So then we just ended up. She just said, "Y'all are just my guys." And then we just came up with this package of audio and this package of security cameras, and she'll just call me and say, "Hey, I need you to do your thing." Here's the blessing of us is we are flexible in our times. Guess what time we got here in Locust Grove? We started our day at 5 a.m., literally in workforce at 6 a.m. because we can't be in here after 10 a.m. because she's open 7 days a week, right? Kind of cool. Again, there's my phone number. I'll come out, and she gets a 2-year warranty. Well, you do. You also get one when you buy from us. You get a 2-year warranty on site. What that means is no matter what. She had an issue in McDonough. She called me on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we were in McDonough swapping it out. Everything was fixed. Within 24 hours, she was back up and running. It was just one camera, but I understand the importance of security. One more time, there's my phone number. The estimates are free. Q10, Ken Stereo, full HD, on-site service. This is what we do. All right, Bayliner boat. They came in. Let me show you what they had in here, and this isn't their fault. This is what came in it. Jensen 6-inch speakers. Look at this thing right here. Jensen 5-inch speakers. They have a maximum, it says 300 watts. I would see more like 12 watts based on the tweeter is actually not even part of the speaker anymore. Anyway, so we had this running from a factory head unit that's already Bluetooth, right? We bid our own deal, but we left the head. It's already working. It's fine. We put a 600 watt amplifier underneath here that's marine grade DS18. The idea behind that to hide it is to kind of keep the moisture into the whole 9 yards and bumping and all that stuff that goes with that. Now, when you have a 5 and a 6-inch and you want big power, 600 watts, you have to have speakers that'll hold 600 watts. Dun, dun, dun. The 8-inch DS18, that is a two-way, 250 watts, fully weatherproof marine speaker. And you see the blue light inside it because it has RGB control, which means you can make it any color you want. We just chose blue because it matches the color of the boat. We did 2 in the front, 2 in the back. So up here, when you're jamming, you've got these 2 right here jamming out, and this is because there's so much wind noise, you kind of have to have some sound in the front. So again, 150 watts per speaker all the way around. Keeping in mind, I'm jumping back up, when you go from a 5-inch to an 8-inch, you have to modify, and this is fiberglass. That takes a tremendous amount of time. The brainiacs that are inside that service bay, that's what they do. They literally took their time to make sure that not only everything was perfect and symmetrical wise, but this thing has to seal up against the boat so moisture and water don't get inside that hull. Now, you are not going to believe how this sounds. This is 4 speakers with no subwoofer. I'm just going to give you a little juice here. I mean, that is unbelievable. You can feel it in your chest. Let me get a little more. I don't know if that transfers through, but it's so much sound. Again, going from this to that. Now listen, when it comes down to it, the gentleman came in and said, I need sound. I don't necessarily need a woofer right now, but I still want bass, I want highs. That's why we went to an 8-inch two-way. They're fully weatherproof, which means when you wash your boat, you can wash these speakers. You're not going to hurt anything. And this was all done in just 2 days' time. So 2 days of install time, so about 20 hours. He's ready to get back out on the water. We're fixing to clear all these clouds out of here. But you got 600 watts, marine, weatherproof, and absolutely perfect sound. Bayliner, DS18, and Ken's. This is what we do. Okay, in our Macon and our Warner Robins location, we have a kind of a living room type setting where we show off our Yamaha, our SV sound, and our clip speakers. So we have the rooms designed like this, where you can come in and do demos, like and for all different types of people. Like this is what they call a heritage speaker, and it's very different music tonal quality wise versus one of the RF towers, and definitely different from one of the SV sound or the Yamaha towers. They're all so different in their arenas. So when you come in, and like what I'll do is I'll give you a little juice here. You can come in here and we can play your music and give it some juice, and then we have a switching device that allows us to play different speakers. So they immediately change, and you see there's all different types of sounds in here. Like that, there's no change in volume. You see the big tonal. And the reason I say that to you, and you may be a person that likes them flush mounted in the ceiling or in the wall. I'm sure you've seen a cutaway of that right now. But the idea is people love music, and that includes moi. And so I can come out to your house, which of course, here's my phone number one more time. I can come out there and we can walk it off and figure out where you need sound. I went out to a gentleman's house. We were doing some sound out by his pickleball court in his pool. He was wanting a couple of speakers and maybe an in-ground sub. We ended up doing 10 in-ground subs and 12 speakers with 5,000 watts. It sounds like a discotheque out there. I hope to get that on the show in the next month or two. The idea behind that is that may not float your boat, right? But the idea is when I come out there, we can choose it, because put sound in your kitchen where you always are, your back porch where you always are, your living room and your outside. These are all areas you're going to be. And when you can just go, I want to listen to Jimmy Buffett, and then it's instantaneous. Or I want to listen, whatever it is. That all this can happen, all controlled from your phone. So if you'll give me a call, or you'll call the store, one of the guys can come out. Or if you just want to come down here and sit in one of our leather chairs and just do some demos and figure out, what actually you really want. If you don't like the idea of big speakers, again, we can go flush mount. But the best thing about this is we will have the product in stock. We will service it after the sale. We have our own installation teams. We have our own carpenter, our own electrician, and our own service department. And that is awesome. This is what we do.
Oh, hey, sorry. I was just taking a sip of my drink. So we just finished an outdoor system. We did 2 zones of music. So we have speakers up here in the house, and then we have speakers also at the pool. We did an outdoor access point made by Ubiquity. As you can see, it's mounted up on the wall. Everything is waterproof, outdoor rated, so nothing, it won't hurt or get affected by it. So you just kind of walk around, listen to it, get a glance of this music. Sounds incredible. Come see us at Kansas. Thank you.
Ford F-150s, we do a bunch of, because there's a bunch of them out there. This is a Ford F-150 Platinum. He came in and said, I have my factory radio, I'm leaving my factory radio. We kind of went back and forth with that. When you have a factory touchscreen from Ford, which you have to remember is there has to be a processor, which we'll see that in just a second. What the processor does is we plug that processor in to the factory head unit, and it makes the factory head unit where it sounds like it should, which means good, like with a digital EQ and a processor. We're gonna get into that in a second. Now, when he came in the first time we did a system, it sounded good, but man, he had that FOMO. You know what I'm talking about? Fear of missing out. He said, I've got to have bigger power, bigger sound, bigger everything. Alpine Type R's front and back, and we're fixing to start doing pods and stuff in the front. But we got these in place. We did digital amplifiers by JL Audio, humongous power, custom subwoofer box. Going to show you that in just a second. Custom bass knob up front. Going to show you that in just a second. Maybe probably seen a cutaway of that now. But when you come in and you custom build, things really get nice because you can do it your way. Lots of dynamat, a lot of sound deadening. I'm gonna give you a little demo and then we'll go to the back and look at the custom. This will blow your mind. I don't even know if it'll come through. That is absolutely unbelievable clarity. Like a stage. The bass is beating my heart. I'll give it more. Let's get a little more. Good night. I can feel it in my throat. For folks right now that are shaking your head, you say, I don't ever want to be that loud. I am letting you know, when you have it loud like that, it's not because it's loud, it's because it sounds good. There's zero distortion. It is that clear in here. And I can feel it in my throat like the first time I went to Van Halen in concert. It is that, I mean, spot on. Now, when it comes to the custom side of it, let's go to the back seat. I'll show you that. This is a big deal, okay? We do what they call a stacked edge box. Now, behind this right now, you're seeing this seat right here. There's a cutaway you're seeing right now of the amplifiers. These are JL VR series digital amplifiers. They literally take a laptop computer to actually program the EQ, the crossover points, all the gain levels, everything, literally from a digital standpoint. It is not regular analog wiring. It is fiber optic. And to be able to handle the juice, right over here, you're seeing a cutaway right now. There's an extra battery in here that's ran off of the front battery in the back, and they're constantly charging one another, right? That is super cool, right? You're sitting there going, this is awesome. Even if you don't want to have this in your car, you're probably saying that's still very, very awesome. If you want that in your car, there's drool running down, you got a napkin out. Ready for this? Check this out. This is spot on. Absolute perfection. Rolled edges on the box. You see the cut-ins, the grooves that we did on the front from a trim standpoint. This is from our custom guy through our CNC and all of his world. This is 210 TW3s. We did these subs because they rest up against here. We don't want the subs to bottom out. This is a factory match carpet. This is a factory match vinyl and leather combo here. And all these grooves just kind of adore. Look at that. And I'm sure you're seeing a cutaway of the box right now. It took at least 15 plus hours to build just this box for it to be perfect. Vent enclosure on the end, I'm sure you've seen it cut away right now, and it is absolute every ounce of airspace we can get. And ready, it still will come down and sit right on, look at that, it's right on top of factory. Now, all this takes time. You're talking 50 plus hours to get this in place where it is. The subwoofers are just starting to break in. We're doing another tune with him today to make sure it sounds exactly what he wants. But you heard that, it is, I mean, perfect. I don't know if perfect's the right word, but the clarity is spot on. There's no distortion. There's a lot of bass, and when it comes down to it, it still feels like a factory F-150 when you're sitting in it. You're not have, subwoofer boxes up there, which we're okay with. It actually fits in the factory location. F-150 Platinum, JL Audio, Alpine. And Ken's. This is what we do. Okay, we are inside Open Bible Church in Lizella, Georgia, and when they called us, they said, hey, we want to get a design, we want to get an idea, we want to get our congregation. They were already redoing all of their stage and paint and windows, and everything is absolutely beautiful inside this building. Now, first things first, we had to do microphones. We did all the Sennheiser digital microphones. You've probably seen a cutaway of the Shure paddle system in the back, which actually gives you a better wavelength so that things don't cut out. They sound absolutely amazing. Podium mounts, the podium mic sounds absolutely amazing. Again, this is Shure and Sennheiser. The idea is they wanted big sound, big power, but eventually they're going to throw this wall way, 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 way back and make it even bigger. So we put lots and lots of power for that future plan of that. We've got 12-inch two-way Yamaha monitors on the floor. You probably see the cutaway of the digital snake. Why do you need a digital snake? Because you can take two Ethernet, like Cat6 cords, and run 32 channels of audio video inputs all the way to the other end of your church with just two wires. And you've seen big digital snakes before, and they're crazy, right? It just simplifies things, especially as you're building. Coming over here, we've got 65-inch TVs. So you've got two on the front and one on the back. You can probably see the cutaway in the rear right now. The idea behind this is I can put scripture up. He can also eventually go into the Pro Presenter, and we do the Pro Presenter computer for you as well. And then he'll come in here, and it allows him to put in lower thirds. So he can actually have scripture on the bottom while the sermon's being posted at the same time. He can do hymnals, he can do bulletins, announcements, and everything up there. 15-inch two-way Yamahas here. They are 1,500 watts of power. They have a tremendous amount of power, and I love the way that everything about this speaker is just perfection as far as sound quality goes. Hanging microphones up into the choir, which is really, really nice. We're going to eventually take that further back, so we'll have more of these in place. You're seeing a cutaway of the rack right now. We rack mounted all the microphones, all the amplifiers, surge protection in place, which is a really, really wonderful thing, and it's all tied into a digital format. Now, the blessing of this is all of this is in place. It takes about a day and a half to 2 days to really do it the right way and get everything set up perfectly. But now they're ready for HD stream. So when they get fiber out here in this area, we can come in and put robotic cameras and the whole 9 yards to be able to stream to your own online church as well. Because now in the church arena, we have in church, the people that come to our congregation sit down, and then we have an out church folks that actually come. That's the, if there's anything that's happened in the last 2 years, we've learned that we need to stream as well. So this church is ready for streaming as well, and they're ready for their in church folks that come in. Now, I'm gonna kind of get you to flip around so I can see the backside of this. All of this is brand new, and the idea behind the TV in the back is that is a monitor TV. That can just show the mirror image of what's on the front, or we can actually display that with just black and white if you want to throw messages up to the pastor. So coming back around here, keyboard's tied into the system. We have a spot monitor for the keyboardist. Everything is in place, and you still have plenty of plug-in jacks for people that have guitars, or if they bring in electric drums, or whatever they're doing. So my phone number comes up right here because that's exactly how they found us. Is they called me and I came out and we all just sat around and kind of did a little powwow in here and said, hey, what is it you're looking for? Then we discussed what they're expecting performance-wise. And, number one, number two, number three, where are we at in relation to our budget, which we're going to hit budget. We have on-site service. The blessing of this is we do all the training, we do all the programming, and we back it up by our on-site service. Again, here's my phone number. The estimate's free. Open Bible Church in Lizella. It sounds perfection. If you're anywhere near this church, you can't get in and get your God on. This is what we do. Thank you so much. I appreciate you watching the show. It goes by so fast because y'all give us so much to do, and I'm very, very grateful for that. Pay attention to our social media. This kind of gets you in touch with us through YouTube. We're now going to be posting all of our current shows on YouTube because a lot of folks that don't use DirecTV and Cox Cable and those things, they want to go straight to YouTube. We also put it on our Facebook, and of course, if you'll go and follow us on Instagram, Kens_AV. Now, we have daily specials that show daily, and those are stuff that's in stock and really, really good deals. So that's just a way to keep up with what's going on. Now, as far as who we are, we are Ken Stereo. We've been here since 1978. My brother and I, Kenny and I, own the company. There's our phone numbers. That way you can call us or quiz us or text us. And if we can't make sure things happen, then I've got 28 employees that's all they do is make sure that they serve you the proper way. The idea behind our relationship with you is I will come to you. We do the estimates for free. We do churches and security camera systems, and we do all kinds of AV and all kinds of outdoor sound and indoor sounds and theaters, and we are turnkey, which means, I don't farm out to anybody. I have all my own employees that take care of all those things. In the 12-volt world, for tractors and ATVs and side-by-sides and golf carts and cars and trucks and all that stuff, we have a full course. We have 7 installers. They are absolutely amazing at what they do between our 2 stores, CNC machine, and they are all certified, really very good at what they do. Not a bragging thing. They just are educated human beings, much smarter than this guy, to make sure they serve you. I've got a Camaro back there right now that we're going to show them next month that is absolutely spot on, one of the nicest muscle cars I've ever seen in my life. I'm talking about Barrett Jackson and Macon level of quality, and he is letting us do our thing to it. So I look forward to showing you that, just kind of let you lick your chops. Again, there's my brother and mine phone number. Please text or call us if there's any questions you have, and we really, really, really want to work for you. I always end with scripture, and it's very important for us to know who our Lord is. In Psalm 147:3, it says that he heals up the brokenhearted. Because of what? Because of the price that Jesus Christ has paid. What that means, he heals the brokenhearted. We have been through a lot over the last month. If you're watching the show in June, we have been through a bunch. Stuff I never dreamed I would ever see in my life. I just couldn't believe it. And I want you to know you have to invest. I plead with you to invest. Get to God. Go to God. Just ask God, I need you to take this burden away from me. I need you to help me, God, to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I need to have you in my heart, and he will deliver. He will deliver. He delivered in my darkest and darkest of times. He delivered me over and over again. Even all the bad decisions, he just kept on delivering because he is absolutely amazing at loving us. Come see us at Ken's in Macon and Warner Robins. Did you hear clap?
Stop sitting like that.
Okay, B. I'm sure to get stung doing this. Okay, ready?
This thing is new, babe. It feels like I'm losing control. I know the stairs